Welcome to our Devos, where we have been talking about asking yourself the question, am I growing? Meaning, are you maturing in your relationship with God? Are you really becoming a different version of yourself than you were? And are you growing in your faith? Are you exercising the faith that God has given you? I said there's no real scientific way to look, but there's some cool benchmarks and some questions that you can ask yourself along the way. One of those is the question of, do I think of others first? Now, this is revolutionary for several reasons. Number one, this is like a mental health game changer. The people that I've met, that I've talked to over the years, people that tend to be self-focused and self-absorbed tend to go down the tubes when it comes to the way they think of things very quickly. Meaning, if you think of yourself all the time, if you focus on what's going on with you all the time, you're usually quick-tempered. You're usually angry a lot. You usually get disappointed quicker. And I'm not saying anybody is absolved from those if they think of others first. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to get you to realize is that the more we focus on what we want and our own needs, the harder it is to maintain a true contentment in this life. So the way around that is focus on others first. Think about other people first. Start at home. You know, Pastor Mike has said for years when he talks about people getting married, he said when you get married, you want to be a servant to the person in your home. I don't always do that. I try, but I really try to help Jamie when I can and do different things, and I try to do little things. I'm not talking about chores and stuff, but I mean ways that I show her that I care by putting her before me and try to do that. I try to do that with our kids. I try to think of them and I try to think of their interests. And most of the time when I'm having a bad, day, it's usually because I'm not doing that, okay? So, but there's a second key to this. Thinking of others first is not just for us, but it's truly a way that shows us that we are acting the way that Jesus acted. I mean, if you look at Jesus' ministry, if you look at his life, if you look at what he did and how he interacted, he was an others-focused person. I mean, he spent time healing people, ministering to people. Instead of coming in and jumping right into teaching when people needed correction, what would he do? He would ask questions. He would talk to people that are marginalized or were down on their luck. Jesus would deal with people that others would avoid. Jesus would engage. He was others constantly. And you could really benefit from having an others-focused lifestyle. I mean, if you think about Jesus' whole entire life in an earthly sense, even to the last different things that he said at the cross, he was praying for those that were murdering him. I mean, he's praying for them. He's praying for their forgiveness. He's worried about what's going to happen to his mother, and he asks the Apostle John to help take care of her. I mean, these are things that when you look at this, it seems crazy, but that's the focus that we ought to have in our lives. If we want to have a mindset like Jesus and we want to grow closer to him, we ought to look at the way that he treated others. It says in Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. You have to realize that in this world, our nature, all of us, we want to get our stuff done first. We want to get our needs met first. We don't think of other people by nature first. But the more that you do that, not only are you going to feel better about your life, but secondly, you're going to emulate the character and the mindset of the Lord Jesus Christ. The more opportunity you have to look at those around you and ask how they're doing. What are your struggles right now? How is it that this is going for you? How is this working? How can you focus on them more than you? The best way to do it is by thinking of them first. Think of them first, and then look to see, as you do this on a regular basis, how much you grow closer to Jesus.